Hello guys, we continue our journey browsing through the Eddy Server Management application, and today's topic is exceptions, custom exceptions. And I want to show you two examples from that source code. The first example comes from the model side, which has a function of deploy, and there is one check for pending status of deployment, and if it is pending, then it throws an exception. Pending deployment exception is a custom exception class created by the author, and this is exactly what I wanted to show. Custom exception class that renders itself. So basically, you throw an exception from wherever, and you don't need to catch that with try catch because the exception does all the job of processing itself. So this is how it works. In the construct of exception, you have some variables parameters. You call parent construct, of course, and then there's render method. This is what happens in case of that exception being activated. So toast warning, and it uses toast notification class from the split itself, which is powering Eddy Server Management, but you can use whatever toast notification library you want with Livewire, JavaScript, or whatever. So some kind of notification on the screen, and then return back to the route with the parameters. And again, in the model, in the method, there's no try catch. Just if something goes wrong, we throw an exception, and then exception takes care of itself, accepting the site, the full object of the site as a parameter. So that's one example I wanted to show you. And there's another one. This one is even more interesting because it's non-standard at all. So there's a class exceptions server handler. And at first I thought it extends some Laravel handler by default, but no. A separate class, not extending anything, with methods, what to do, and who to notify in case something happens. So notify someone about something with reference to something, and build all that as a notification, and send. So basically it's a notification class in the exceptions folder and namespace. Interesting custom solution. And it shines in the places where it's actually used. So in the model called server, there's a method exception handler, so you would be able to chain that exception handler methods and also override that with whatever handler you want in the future. And then that exception handler is used all over jobs and elsewhere. See how. Server, exception handler, notify user about exception with reference to this. See the chain syntax, how it is beautiful. So all those methods are inside of that exception handler, and then you can call that chained sequences in wherever you want. For example, install cron in the job, another job, exception handler notify someone else maybe with another reference about another exception. Another job, similarly, uninstall cron, install daemon, uninstall daemon, update database user, update site setting, uninstall database. It's the same pattern but just used in multiple files. And this is where it shines and makes perfect sense to have a separate class to not repeat these ones every time. I really like that solution by Pascal. You can browse around the code of Eddy Server Management yourself to find out more details. And if you want to learn more about general exceptions in Laravel, pretty recently we released a course on Laravel Daily.com, which is called exactly that, Handling Exceptions and Errors in Laravel. It's a pretty quick one, 8 text-based lessons with 5,000 words, so it could be even one premium tutorial, but we decided to split that into separate lessons. So these topics like try catch, custom exceptions, catching them, logging them, and doing something about them. I will link that course in the description below. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.